number of cell organelles were there. And if we consider this particular cell and we can compare with the animal cell, then we can find out that mostly the two major differences were there, and that is the presence of the chloroplast and the cell wall. We are not going into the details. What others differences were there? Only I want to show you. I want to emphasize this kind of picture can spark in your mind that just imagine out of this cell which we were not able to see, a number of cell organelles were there, and a number of cell organelles, you can see that this particular structure, very thin or fine it is structure, it is there, that is called as the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. So we have to discuss about this particular organ. You have seen there are a number of other terminology which is included if we studying this cell. What is the difference between the plasma? Sorry, the I forgot the terminology. Okay, let us discuss. Sorry, protoplast and protoplasm. There are the two terms, protoplast and protoplasm. Can anyone differentiate between protoplast and protoplasm? Anyone of you? प्रोटोप्लास्ट और प्रोटोप्लाज्म में क्या डिफरेंस है, या ये दोनों जो है एक ही वर्ड्स हैं या सिनोनिम्स हैं? Similarly, nucleoplast and nucleoplasm. Any one of you?
So when cell wall is removed, it's called protoplast.
Okay.
And
The
sir,
fluid
One by one.
protoplasm.
One by one, please. Asad. Yes.
So the cell was removed, that is protoplasm, and fluid present, that is
What is
protoplasm.
protoplasm?
The fluid that is present in
Oh, okay, okay,
proto,
okay. Okay. Yes, it's very true. Whatsoever material which is present in the cell, except this particular cell membrane, अगर वो सेल मेम्ब्रेन नहीं है, उसके अलावा जितना भी ये मटेरियल है आपके सेल के अंदर, वो प्रोटोप्लाज्म है. देन उसके ऊपर अगर ये लेयर लगी हुई है, दिस लेयर, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन, एक मेम्ब्रेन में बाउंड है, देन इट बिकम्स द प्रोटोप्लाज्म. Most of the time the number of students, they were not able to recall all these things, so it is very important. These are the small terminology you people must know. So just imagine, right from this particular leaf to these tissues, and from these tissues, this particular cell, and in this cell, the very big machinery it is there, and out of the machinery, the covering it is there, and we have to discuss this covering about. So if we consider this particular covering, then we can call it as the plasma membrane. And if we consider, if we see this particular plasma, particular structure, then we can see that it is about 100 nanometer thick. And outer wall it is there, inner wall is there, and cell wall is also present. So plasma membrane may be outer wall hai or inner wall hai. Inner wall that is facing towards the nucleus, and outer wall that is facing towards the cell wall. जो cell wall की तरफ part है, एक part जो है वो अंदर की side में है, nucleus की side में है या other organelles की side. Now, come to the structure. The plasma membrane is the boundary that separates the living cells from its non-living surrounding. We can consider it. And Its help in the protection, it makes the life possible by its ability to discriminate in its the chemical exchanges with the environment. This is the structure which is responsible for the movement of certain particles from the inside to the outside or to the other cells. And you have also studied about this plasma membrane, that it is selectively permeable. It's not a freely permeable, it is selectively permeable. बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं, जो selected चीजें हैं वही चीजें move हो सकती हैं. How it works, then we will see later. So plasma membrane, it provides the structure, it provides the protection and the communication, surrounds the cell and controls the chemical traffic in and out of the cells. Then response to the environment. Response to the environment, जो बाहर का जो इफेक्ट होता है उसी के बेसिस पे डिफरेंट सिग्नल्स होते हैं और सिग्नल्स के बेसिस पे वो डिफरेंट काम कर रहे होते हैं. सो ऑल द थिंग्स they were joined together, or it is totally based on the different signals. Then the recognition. Recognition means intimately involved in cell recognition. So it's not a simple membrane-like structure. It is a very complex structure, and it's carry a number of functions like structure. It provide the structure, it provide the protection, it provide the communication, response to the environment, and recognition. So it's not an ordinary organelle in case of the plant or animal. And you have also studied that about the Singer and Nicholson model of plasma membrane. It is also called as the fluid mosaic model of the plasma membrane, and it is proposed by the Samuel Jonathan Singer and Garth L. Nicholson. So mostly it is called as the Singer and Nicholson model, which was proposed in 1972. It is the accepted theory about the cell structure, compose phospholipid molecules, each with one hydrophilic and hydrophobic end, and that makes up most of the membrane. Mosaic because it is made up of the different parts like proteins, carbohydrates, and lipids. तो वो एक हाइड्रोफिलिक एंड हाइड्रोफोबिक एंड की वजह से जो कि आपके एक पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर बनाते हैं चारों तरफ आपके सेल ऑर्गेनेल्स के, और उसमें डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ प्रोटीन्स हैं, कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स हैं, लिपिड्स भी लगे हुए हैं, एंड दे आर हेल्पिंग इन डिफरेंट वेज. वो ऐसे ही नहीं लगे हुए हैं, वो किसी न किसी वजह से लगे हुए हैं और वो फंक्शन कर रहे हैं. उसको अगर आप देखेंगे तो ऐसा लगेगा जैसे ये मोज़ाइक है, मोज़ाइक का कुछ फर्श जैसे होते हैं उस तरीके से कोई चीज उसमें लगी हुई है बीच बीच में. So that's why it is called as the mosaic. The name has been given fluid mosaic, and fluid because it's a liquid structure, and all these things they were floating together. Then this give rise to the surface of the cell, which like the individual tiles or ordinary mosaic. So as I said that why the mosaic name has been given, just because of the presence of the proteins and carbohydrates and lipids. Then predominant constituents of the plasma membrane are phospholipids. They are hydrophobic inner part and the hydrophilic the outer part. Two parts on one layer. On one layer, it is made up. It is composed of the two layer. If we consider only one layer, then the one part that is the inner part. This is the hydrophobic, and the outer part, that is the hydrophilic. Phospholipids where they are. Then dispersed protein components where they are. Protein के जो components हैं वो कोई ऐसा fix नहीं है कि वो कहाँ पर मौजूद होंगे. वो different जगह पर protein components मौजूद हैं, dispersed हैं. Then steroidal cholesterol is present. This is not present in plants, and glycolipids we are also present. Phospholipids forms the lipid bilayer, giving 5 to 8 nanometers sheet-like structure. It behaves like two-dimensional fluids. So also another characteristics. Usually, it is composed of the 60% of the proteins and 40% of the lipid, and sometimes less than 8% of the sugar. So short chain of the oligosaccharides where sometimes it is present when we see the diagrammatic representation, then it will be easy to understand that how these things were arranged. But important thing is that its composition, and which constitutes about 60% proteins and 80% lipids, and sometimes about 8% or less than 8% sugars were also present. And these are the simple short chain oligosaccharides. So if we see this structure, this is just to understand that you can see that this inner structure it is there, and outer structure it is there. So the hydrophobic end it is there. Hydrophilic end it is there, and the hydrophobic end it is there. So two layers were present. One layer facing towards the cell wall, and another layer facing towards the inside of the cells, or we can say that towards the nucleus of the cell. तो ये पूरा आप देखिए कि खाली है. यहाँ पर जो खाली जो आपको दिखाया जा रहा है, this is just to understand you people that how it looks like. If we consider हम इतना अगर हिस्सा हम consider करते हैं, then how it looks like, it is looking like that. This is the hydrophilic end. It is there on both the sides, and the inside the hydrophilic ends were present. Hydrophobic ends were present. If we consider this particular structure, then it looks like that the heads they were joined together, and tail it is there. And again, on the second layer, the tail is facing towards the tail, and the heads were towards the opposite sides of the cell. And on both the sides, the water is there, or we can say that the moisture it is there. Liquid है दोनों side में. So these heads, they are the hydrophilic, and these tails, they are the hydrophobic. Due to their hydrophilic and hydrophobic nature, this kind of structures were formed. Then fluidity of the membrane, phospholipids move laterally within the bilayer. Some membrane proteins also drift laterally. Rarely does a phospholipids flip-flop transverse across the membrane. So just you can see that हमने अभी पिछले वाले स्ट्रक्चर में देखा था, वो ऐसा नहीं है कि ये एक ही लेयर है, ये नंबर ऑफ लेयर्स मौजूद हैं, और हेड्स जो है वो ऑलमोस्ट जॉइंट टुगेदर हैं, और देयर इज अ पर्टिकुलर काइंड ऑफ इंटरेक्शन इट इज देयर. तो ये यहाँ से यहाँ मूव, तो लेटरल मूवमेंट तो होता रहता है, और कितना होता है 107 टाइम्स पर सेकेंड, इतना भी हो सकता है कि 107 बार एक सेकंड में, जो कि मैंने पहले ही कहा था कि यह एक मूव, एक सॉलिड स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, एक फिक्स्ड स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है. सिंपली जो है वो डिफरेंट फोर्सेस की वजह से वो एक स्ट्रक्चर बना हुआ है, जो कि फ्लूइड आपको कहा गया, फ्लूइड मोज़ेक, जो आपको बताया गया, जो मूव करता रहता है एक तरीके से है. जितने भी अपर पार्ट है या लोअर पार्ट है, ये मूव करता रहता है, और मूवमेंट के दौरान ये यहाँ से यहाँ आ सकता है, यहाँ से यहाँ आ सकता है, यानी पास वाला जो है वो इधर उधर ट्रांसफर हो सकता है. ये बिल्कुल ऐसा जैसे शो हो रहा है कि ये यहाँ से यहाँ आ गया, एक लेटरल लाइन है और ये यहाँ से यहाँ आ गया. नो, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट, क्योंकि यहाँ पर बहुत सारी लाइन है. हो सकता है आगे वाला पीछे चला जाए, पीछे वाला आगे चला जाए, या फिर बराबर वाला इस तरीके से मूव कर जाए. सो इस तरह का जो मूवमेंट है सेल का, वो लेटरल मूवमेंट जो है वो बहुत ज्यादा होता है. कितना ज्यादा होता है, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड, इट इज अबाउट 107 टाइम्स. डिफरेंट स्पीसीज में, डिफरेंट सेल्स में जो स्टडीज की गई है, ऑन दैट बेसिस इट कैन बी कंक्लूडेड दैट इट कैन मूव लिटरली अबाउट 107 टाइम्स पर सेकेंड. बट if you consider the another one, flip-flop means इसका हाइड्रोफोबिक एंड उठ के इधर चला जाए, हाइड्रोफिलिक एंड उठ के इधर चला जाए, और इसका एंड इधर आ जाए. पूरा का पूरा जो ये एक बाइनरी स्ट्रक्चर बन रहा है, ये उठ के दूसरी तरफ फ्लिप हो जाए. So that kind of things we are seen very rarely, or we can say that that kind of movement can be occur once in a month. तो ये जो आपको कहा गया कि once in a month, ये ऐसा कोई थंब रूल नहीं है कि वो महीने में एक बार तो हो ही जाएगा. बस ये जो दोनों फिगर्स, दोनों स्ट्रक्चर्स जो आपको दिखाए हैं, इनका मकसद सिर्फ आपको ये बताना है कि जो लेटरल मूवमेंट है वो बहुत तेजी के साथ हो रहा है, और जो फ्लिप फ्लॉप मूवमेंट है वो बहुत कम होता है. तो दिस इज जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड द थिंग्स. Then this is the basic structure. You can see in case of the cell membrane, ये cell membranes हैं, और ये आपके phospholipid bilayer है, या आपने देख सकते हैं कि ये हाइड्रोफिलिक एंड्स हैं, ब्लू कलर स्ट्रक्चर्स. इसमें डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ प्रोटीन्स लगी हुई हैं, जिनको बाहर की साइड में जो लगी हुई हैं उनको पेरिफेरल प्रोटीन्स कहते हैं, जो पूरी की पूरी दोनों चैनल के बीच को पार करती हैं. These are called as the channel proteins, and there are certain carrier proteins. So these are called as the internal proteins. दो तरह की प्रोटीन्स हो गई, एक इंटरनल प्रोटीन हो गई और एक पेरिफेरल प्रोटीन्स हो गई. पेरिफेरल मींस जो आउटर साइड में है, चाहे वो इस साइड में हो या इस साइड में हो. इंटीग्रल मींस जो कंप्लीटली एम्बेडेड है आपके फॉस्फोबाइलिपिड लेयर में. सिमिलरली ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन्स, जो आपको मैंने अभी बताया था कि वेरी शॉर्ट चेन ओलिगोसैकेराइड्स, बहुत शॉर्ट चेन है, लीनियर सिंगल चेन टाइप ओलिगोसैकेराइड्स, वेरी शॉर्ट oligosaccharides were present. Then you can see there's certain points the cholesterol were also present. So this is the basic structure you have seen. You have also studied at your class 12th level all these things. अगर हम इसको कंसीडर करें सिर्फ एक स्ट्रक्चर को, then it looks like that. This is the fatty acid tail, it is there, and phosphate head, it is there. So this is one part of the lipid bilayer. And similarly, on the other side, again another part it is there, which is also composed of the phosphate head and the uh, fatty acid tail. And this head, it is polar in nature, it is hydrophilic, it is the water loving structure, as we have seen that water was there in the previous one, and water was also there. So you can say that the moist on the moist surface towards the moisture, the phosphate head is present, and the non-polar body or the hydrophobic structure, this is facing inside. So this is the basic structure of the cell membrane, which was, or the plasma membrane, or especially we can say that the fluid mosaic model of the plasma membrane, which is accepted by the, almost all the scientific community. Again, this is an structure just to understand the three-dimensional structure. इसमें सिंपली ये देख सकते हैं कि ये these are the integral proteins और the internal proteins हैं, चाहे वो channel proteins हों या integral proteins हों. जो peripheral proteins हैं वो आपको periphery में दिखेंगे. Then you can see that the cholesterol is present. यहाँ पर भी cholesterol है, इस side में भी cholesterol लगा हुआ है. Some globular proteins were also present. The glycoproteins, as I said, that some oligosaccharides, small chain oligosaccharides were present, or the carbohydrates were present. So this is the three-dimensional structure. Just to understand the things, how they looks like, how they were present. Then regarding the structure, unsaturated hydrocarbon, that is called as the king tail. Now come to the some important points, like at the low temperature, the cool temperature, the membrane switch from fluid to more solid state. जब temperature कम होगा तो fluid की जगह वो थोड़ा सा solid state की तरफ चला जाएगा. Solidification depends on the types of the lipids also. किस तरह का lipid present है, saturated है या unsaturated है. अनसेचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन किंग्ड टेल होती है और सेचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन का स्ट्रेट टेल होती है। इसका स्ट्रक्चर यहाँ पर आपको देखने को मिल सकता है। हाइड्रोफिलिक हेड है एंड हाइड्रोफोबिक टेल्स है, जो कि अनसेचुरेटेड है, और इसका जो टेल है वो it's not a parallel or it's not a linear one, but in case of the saturated one, it's a simply linear one. The length of the tail, long tail, more interaction and more compact. So अगर लंबी टेल है तो मोर इंटरेक्शन रहेगा और मोर कॉम्पैक्ट होगा। इसमें ये जो आपको कहा था अनसेचुरेटेड वन में ये किंग्ड टेल होगी, ये थोड़ी सी हटी हुई है, टेढ़ी है थोड़ा सा। बट इन द सैचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन अगर टेल है तो बिल्कुल सीधे सीधे स्ट्रक्चर्स मौजूद हों। This is the, you can say, the molecular structure of the phospholipid phospholipid. Phosphate is there, lipid is there, and it is the kinked one, kinked tail it is there. वो थोड़ी सी साइड में टेढ़ी है और उसका ये molecular structure. Then cholesterol, also component of the membranes, absent in plants, tends to moderate effect on the temperature, on the membrane state at warm temperature. We have studied about the cold temperature. Now we can also study about the warm temperature, such as 37 degree, restrains the movement of the phospholipid. Phospholipid फिर से movement शुरू हो जाएगा. At cool temperature, maintain fluidity by preventing tight packaging. Tight packaging means जो आपके phosphate heads हैं, उनकी tight packaging होने की वजह से वो अपनी fluidity को maintain करते हैं. Membrane fluidity, cholesterol affect the fluidity of the animal cells. How it looks like, ये simply packed होने लगता है, compact होने लगता है. Then membrane proteins determine most of the membranes specific function. Peripheral membrane proteins were present, not embedded. Peripheral proteins जो embedded नहीं है, जो outer side में है, चाहे किसी भी side में हो. Attached to the extracellular cytoplasmic surface. In case of the integral proteins, they penetrates the hydrophobic core of the bilayer, often cross the membrane. And so these are the different proteins. Internal proteins were there and the peripheral proteins were there. In case of the internal peripheral protein, alpha helix is there, helical bundle is there, and barrel shaped is there. So what is the function of these proteins? Alpha helix, it helps in the recognition of the recognition and receptors. So जो proteins हैं, ये ज्यादातर जो अल्फा हेलिक्स हमने जो जब 3 डायमेंशनल स्ट्रक्चर जब देख रहे थे तब हमने आपको दिखाया था कि अल्फा हेलिक्स प्रोटीन्स किस तरह की दिखेंगी, जो कंप्लीट ऊपर से और पूरा नीचे तक हेलिकल स्ट्रक्चर्स बनाए हुए थे. तो ये रिकॉग्निशन में डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ सिग्नल्स और रिसेप्टर्स में काम आती हैं कि चीजों को रिसेप्ट करती हैं. Then in helical bundles, enzymes बनेंगे, the transporters होंगे जो कि help करेंगे transportation में, and receptors also. Barrel shaped में transporters हैं and channel proteins हैं. Channel proteins they are responsible for the trafficking of the different material from one cell to the another cell. Peripheral proteins, there are, you can see that these, suppose this is the phospholipid layer, this is the outer layer, this is the inner layer. So they were present either on the outer surface or in the inner surface, or we can say that they were present on the phosphate side, you can say, and in both the layers of the phospholipid. So they helps in the enzymes, then encourage transporter and carrier proteins. So this is the general structure, general things about the proteins in case of the plasma membrane. Some of these are anchored by the cytosolic surface by an amphipathic helix that partition into the cytosolic monolayer. of the lipid bilayer through the hydrophobic phase of the helix. Others are attached to the bilayer solely by a covalent attached lipid chain, either a fatty acid chain or the perenyl group in the cytosolic monolayer, or via an oligosaccharide linkers to phosphataldehyde inositol in the non-cytosolic monolayers. Finally, many proteins are attached to the membrane only by non-covalent interaction with other membrane proteins. Now, this is about the different structure of different function of the plasma membrane, especially if we consider the the, the fluid mosaic model, which is proposed by the Singer and Nicholson. Now come to the cell membrane components. We have studied, however, we have studied all these things, cell membrane component, and the previous slides. But again, we can recall them and we can study in slightly much more details. This was a structure which we have studied in the previous slides, like how these glycoproteins were present, fiber of the extra cellular matrix which is present. Then these are the internal proteins, integral proteins or the internal proteins, and some of them are channel proteins, and some dark structure it is there. These are the cholesterol which were present. Then the proteins which were also found outside the membrane from both the side, then we can say that these are the peripheral proteins. So this is just to revise the previous slides. Now come to the membrane lipid function. Lipids determine the structure of the membrane. Then it regulates the functioning of the membrane by regulating the function of the membrane proteins. So membrane proteins को रेगुलेशन जो है वो लिपिड से ही मिल रहा है. They're like phosphatidyl electron PE regulates the functioning of the calcium pump, while cholesterol regulates the calcium potassium plus ATPase. Then lipids determine the membrane morphology and activity like fluidity. Fluidity जो मैंने आपको बताया था कि चीजें मूव कर रही हैं, उसको मेंटेन करने के लिए लिपिड्स जो है वो हेल्प कर रहे हैं. Then function of the proteins. Membrane protein can serve as the variety of the key function. So key functions. So if we consider this is just to understand the thing that jet rat. So this is simply to understand the things that jet rat. आप एक word याद कर लीजिए and then it will be easy to understand. Like J for junctions serve to the connect and join the two daughter cells together. So and then from the jet rat, E is enzyme fixing the membranes, colonizes the metabolic pathways. Then T is responsible for the transport, responsible for the facilitation and facilitated diffusion and active transport. Then recognition, R is responsible for the recognition, many function as the markers for the cellular identification. Then encourages attachment points for the cytoskeleton and extracellular matrix. And then again the T is also responsible for the transduction function as the receptor for the peptide hormones. So this is just to understand the thing. This name has been given like JETRAT. JETRAT means junction, enzymes, transport, recognition, encourages, and the transduction. Now come to the junction. Cell-to-cell adhesion proteins allows cells to identify each other and interact. For example, proteins involved in immune response. तो ये जो इंटरसेलुलर जॉइनिंग ऑफ द सेल्स, जो दो सेल्स हैं, एक फॉस्फोबाइलिपिड ये लेयर ये है और एक फॉस्फोबाइलिपिड ये है. तो सेल टू सेल एडिशन प्रोटीन, ये सेल टू सेल, ये जो प्रोटीन्स हैं जो दोनों सेल्स है ये दो जुड़ी हुई हैं, एंड दे अलाउ द सेल्स टू आइडेंटिफाई ईच अदर एंड इंटरैक्ट. For example, what is the example? Proteins involved in immune system. So the proteins which were involved in the immune systems, they were responsible. They can carry out their work by this cell to cell addition. जो दो सेल इस तरीके से जुड़े हुए हैं. This is called as the intercellular joining. Then another function is the enzymes. From the jet rat we have taken the example J and E. So this may have many activities such as oxidoreductase, transferase, and hydrolase. So there are a number of enzymes which helps in the carry out these different reactions, or these different functions, like oxidoreductase enzyme, it is there, transferase enzyme is there, and hydrolase enzyme is there. So whatsoever the function of these enzymes, they were carried out at the level of your cell membrane. So how they were joined together? This is the enzymatic activity. These two proteins, they form the enzyme structure. The substrate it is there when you join together, and then the products were formed. So they were also attached. So this is also you can consider that these are the integral proteins, or these integral proteins, they become the enzymes. Now, another one is the transport. Then the transporters move molecules and ions across the membrane. Across the membranes, from one cell to the another cell, जब move कर रहे होंगे कुछ ions, or they are helping in the transport. These membranes, they are helping in the transport. So this is the third function of the membrane. So how it works, the transport, the active and passive transport, where the energy were used for the transportation of the material from one cell to the another cell. Then cell surface identity markers were there. Here you can say that the glycoproteins were present. The glycoproteins, the oligo structures were oligo chains were present, and they were recognized by the complementary membrane of the another cell. This is the one cell, and this is the another membrane of the adjacent cell, and they were recognized with the help of the oligo proteins. And at the same time, the structure of this protein were also like that. They were joined together, and they helps in the cell to cell recognition, and they helps in the surface cell surface identity markers. So this is not a new things about the active and passive transport. You have studied all these things very well at your +2 level. That in case of the active transport, it requires the cellular energy, but in case of the passive transport, there is no requirement of such type of energy. In case of the active transport, it circulates from the lower concentrated area to the higher concentrated area. लोअर से हायर की तरफ जाएगा, but it circulates from the higher concentrated area to the lower concentrated area. लोअर concentration से हायर concentration की तरफ जाएगा, तो definitely जब मूवमेंट होगा तो उसके लिए एनर्जी जरूरत पड़ेगी ही, बट हायर से लोअर की तरफ आ रहा है तो उसमें एनर्जी का कोई बात नहीं बनती है. It involves the active transport involves in the transportation of all the molecules, including complex sugars, proteins, large cells, ions, etc. However, in case of the passive transport, it involves in the transportation of all the soluble molecules, including water, oxygen, carbon dioxide, monosaccharides, lipids, sex hormones, etc. In case of the active transport, it involves the transportation of the different molecules in the cell. But in case of the passive transport, it is involved in the maintaining the equilibrium level in the cell. So there are a number of things on the basis of these things you can divide between the active transport and the passive transport. Active transport, it is a vital process. Passive transport is the physical process. It is highly selective. It is the non-selective in case of the passive transport. The active is rapid. As the name itself is expressing that it is an active, so that means that it is a rapid process. It is comparatively low in case of the passive one. The active transport occurs in one direction. एक ही direction में होगा, जो भी direction होगा हो जाएगा. But the passive one is the bidirectional. Bidirectional दोनों direction में होगा. As I point out in the previous points, that it helps in maintaining the equilibrium level. So equilibrium maintain जब भी जहां भी equilibrium की बात आएगी वहां definitely bidirectional ही होगा. First thing. Then the active transport can be affected by the temperature, but there is no effect of the
The
temperature
text is
on the
not
passive
visible.
transport. Active transport requires the carrier proteins. In case of the passive one,
Excuse me, sir.
the carrier proteins are not involved. Please don't
Excuse
disturb.
me.
Please don't disturb.
The text
What
is not visible.
it is not visible.
No.
It is not visible to you people, you or all of the students.
So it's visible.
It
Sir, it
is.
is
उसको लैंडस्केप में कीजिए. Most
It
probably
is
all
in
the
land.
things. Okay.
sir, okay, we are
No,
trying.
no problem. I will share all these slides so that all these things will be helpful for you. Okay. Already I said that I'm not able to correct